Hey, welcome back to Packers Playbook. I am Dusty. With me, as always, is 97.3 The Game's John Kuhn. John, Packers going to Jerry World, destroy the Cowboys in a game that was 16 points and did not feel that close at any point in the game, really. So, first of all, we won't spend a whole lot of time because we got a lot to get through today. How are you? What are your feelings about this game?
Man, what a game. That was a dismantling. Maybe, and this is a serious maybe the best Packer playoff performance of all time, offensively, defensively, the way this whole thing played out. I know the Cowboys scored 32 points, a lot of that in garbage time. But between Matt LaFleur being in his bag, Aaron Jones being an absolute monster, the young guys on this football team being detailed to the nth degree, and I mean, you can't speak enough good things about this football and Jordan Love. And Jordan Love is absolutely unbelievable. And we're going to get into all of it because we have a lot of plays to get to today.
We do. We usually try to start high, we whittle down low. We settled on 9, and you texted me a little bit ago and said, let's hit all 9, man. Let's do this. So we can't waste a whole lot of time here, brother. We got 9. Let's do this. Starting out with really nice run from Jones. I'm not sure what you want to point out here, John. We've got 11 personnel. It's 2nd and 6. I know my big point on this is, my goodness, Elton Jenkins just washing his man down line, open that cutback lane. John, what do you got on this one, brother?
Yeah, I love this. Let's stay on the wide view for a second because Matt LaFleur for this entire game shifts and motions. He was going to get after this Cowboys defense, most specifically in the run game. They're undersized inside linebackers. And notice this shift and how it pulls the linebacker out of the middle. That creates incredible angles for the Packers offensive line. It allows Rasheed Walker to carry down the line before he goes vertical to his linebacker. And Aaron Jones started this game, 2 rushes, -3 yards. Matt LaFleur says that's not going to deter me. Aaron Jones has played a big part in this offense, is resurgent late in the season. Let's push this. This is still the first drive. He had -3 yards on his first 2 carries. This is still the first drive, a couple other body shots, and then finally a good chin shot right here out of the Packers offense.
And I was saying, Rasheed Walker there, like you say, you get that shot there with Jenkins just absolutely burying, get him up to the next level, opens a really nice lane. We'll see this from the backside angle here as well for Jones just go up and pick up 13 yards on this. You want to look at the backside angle here, John?
Yeah, let's check it out real quick. Couple things to point out. Keep in mind, young, smaller, inexperienced middle backers here for the Cowboys. Somewhat safety, somewhat dime guys. 33 right here on the right side. Doesn't even get blocked. He's trying to play his spot. He's not aggressive. And the backer on the backside is completely out of position because of the motion of this play. Allows Elton Jenkins, he's wearing the sombrero on this play, gets beat across his face a little bit, does a little savvy Trent Williams move, a little quick hip pull, and then down. Here we go. Down on top of you. Maybe could have been holding if the refs wanted to do it, but if you're savvy enough, if you're good enough, you can get away with it, and that's a big-time run.
It really, really is. I mean, the Jones's vision all day, just absolutely tremendous, as he always does. Really great burst through the hole, seeing those cutback lanes on display on this first ever drive. John, next one. We got it, man. I got this one marked as high cross. Melton incomplete. Melton's going to hit a little kind of jet sweep, wheel up the sideline where Love is going to go. We got 11 personnel, 1st and 10. About 4 minutes left in the first. Melton going. We're going to have a kind of a high cross around here. Melton up the sideline. Love tries it. Not a whole lot there. Ball gets knocked away. What do you got on this one?
Now, let's go back to the wide. Yeah, started this wide. Now, why would we put it with about 60 plays that we could put in here? 58 of them were really successful. So why would we pick an incompletion? Well, for a couple reasons. I want you to watch Aaron Jones on this play. Watch how he has vision for Micah Parsons. This was a part of the plan for the Green Bay Packers. When the Cowboys are off, have a plan for Micah Parsons. He steps up in there, and that is a big-time pickup for Jordan Love here. Now, I got to tell you, when you're in the pocket and you hear a pickup like that and you hear that car clap, it gets hard to settle in there. But Jordan Love has time, and you can see if he takes a moment just to look right here. I believe this is Romeo Doubs coming across the middle with that high cross with Christian Watson. Romeo Doubs could have got hit again. Got hit a bunch in this ball game. Could have got hit again for a big game. But I want you to watch this Aaron Jones, and we'll watch it from the backside here. I want you to take notice to a couple things because this will come back again a little bit later. Watch his eyes. And what I mean by his eyes is look at the stripe on his helmet. Tell me when his helmet moves. Tell me when that thing moves. It doesn't move. He went right there. I just got to peek, make sure my guy's not coming. My guy's not coming. I got vision on Micah Parsons because I got to help right there. Bam. Look at that. Delivers a strike. You talk about a big time play. Aaron Jones is about a buck 85. And I'm not slighting him whatsoever. He knows it. The program says 211. He knows it. He's about buck 85, but he plays like he's 255. Aaron Jones with a big time pickup right there.
Yeah, absolutely. And then you get that pocket there as well. Again, like you said, I appreciate the shot. That is one Dobbs come back to later. I do think some of that, the way Gilmore is playing, that maybe informs something a little later on as well. But yeah, listen, man, if we're not talking about good blitz pickup here, where are we talking about it? So I love that, John. You want to hit the next one here?
Yeah.
Bang, 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 man. Got little Jones out here, a little yo-yo motion, going to go a little wide receiver screen thing on this quad side. You got the Dobbs on the backside. 1st and 10, 11 personnel. I mean, I feel like we've been talking every time Jones is healthy about what he gives this offense. What he gives after he catches that ball is incredible. John, what do you got on this one?
Couple things, just a thing on Aaron Jones. Only one time in his career so far has he ever carried the football 20 times or more for 3 consecutive games. He's now done it 4 consecutive games for the Green Bay Packers, Dusty, with tremendous production here. So getting Aaron Jones the ball is a necessity. Now, here's Matt LaFleur's bag a little bit, right? Let's put 4 out to the side. Matt LaFleur motioned Aaron Jones in from the outside, first play of the game. The Cowboys know he's moving. They know they're not just going to start the play here. And as Aaron Jones starts to, you can use motions and shifts sometimes to confuse the defense, and sometimes you can use it just to lull them asleep. A little short motion as if he's coming to the backfield to go into his normal spot right there behind the tackle. But no, they snap the ball midway through here and get out there. And now he has a convoy in front of him. Aaron Jones knows the only guy that can get me, the only guy unblocked is the inside guy. Let me set up the blocks for my guys and get outside. And great block on the outside.
Yeah, does a great job. I think, who is that right there? Is that that's Wicks, I think, that takes that outside, turns him inside, really creates a really nice lane here. Pick up 13 yards on 1st and 10. We'll look at it from the backside here. John, you got anything from this side here?
Well, just really good protection here. You know you're in scat, but still the motion and the shifts to keep this Cowboys defense thinking and sometimes even just going to sleep in the middle there. But watch these blocks on the outside here. Great job capturing the outside shoulder. A little bit of a tug there by Jaden Reed. Oh, well, they didn't call it. They don't always call it. They can't always call it. There's holding every play. Packers 13 yards.
Yeah, and they're spinning a little bit there too. They're kind of doing a little dance. So that feels like you're moving around. You're kind of half grabbing each other anyway. As a Packers fan, I'm fine them letting that go. All right, hit the next one, man. I mean, the big thing on this one for me, for a lot of people, is the throw here, right? I mean, it's 3rd and 1. You got this play action boot, kind of a sail look to the other side with Kraft as the big time crosser there, rolling left, blanketed coverages, just an absolute nails throw from Love there. What do you got on this one, John?
Let's do once from the wide here, and then we'll go to the back view. What I want to say is this play's not perfect, and this is what this Packers offense has gone to here. This play is not perfect. They do a little bit of shift there with DeMarcus Lawrence, walk a linebacker up onto the line of scrimmage, and Jaden Reed does not get what he needs to get on this outside defender. He needs to firm him up, keep him on the line of scrimmage, because he knows there is a route coming behind the line of scrimmage. That ends up really getting the play disjointed because you don't have that presence in the flat that you're supposed to have with the slide behind the line of scrimmage. Not a perfect play. This is not the way it's supposed to look. A little bit slow from the jump. You see Dontavian Wicks fall down there. Now, Tucker Kraft. Look at this guy. We're talking a tight end on Stephon Gilmore, and he is step for step ahead of him the entire way. You can see it even better from the tight copy, Dusty. He doesn't lose a step against Stephon Gilmore. That is something. We're talking an all-pro cornerback, and Tucker Kraft stays in front of him the whole way. Stephon Gilmore thought he was going to undercut this. He thought he was going to have an interception. Tucker Kraft keeps that leverage, keeps running out in front of him, and Jordan Love has a place to put this football. Unbelievable.
Yeah, you can see him working a little bit there right off the release. You can see him on top, trying to work underneath. Like you said, he's looking. He's going to try to close on that, undercut it. Great throw from Love. Great route from Kraft. Gilmore undercutting something on the crosser. That sounds like something we're going to talk about next, potentially, John. Believe it's on this one, isn't it? This is one of the Dobbs had tremendous game, dude. Tremendous game. This is going to be a big gain from Dobbs here. 1st and 10, 11 personnel. Dobbs kind of working this little inside out route there, running the out. getting to the outside. Great run after catch, 39 yards. John, what do you got on this one?
Couple things. If you're going to blow a team out, you got to be nearly flawless in everything. We just saw the Packers not have a clean play, be able to pick up a first down because Tucker Kraft's physical skills and Jordan Love's physical skills. No panic, just execute. Now you're going to get to see execution because of preparation. Again, Aaron Jones, I told you to remember that block he had earlier in the game on Micah Parsons. Oh, he does it yet again in a huge moment of the game. Watch this. Wham! Stones Micah Parsons yet again. And then check out Dobbs' release off the line of scrimmage. Now, this is something. Nope.
No, that's him right there. And then
go back to the line of scrimmage. Let's check this out. I want everybody to see this is how you run a route from the wide receiver position. You don't just run it the way it's written on a sheet of paper. You have to have a plan. You have to have a plan to get away and off the cornerback. He does that. He steps on his toes. He gets right up on him before he makes a break. Then you don't just run the rest of your route. You get on top of your guy. And what I mean by that is, Dusty, when he gets past that corner, he doesn't just run past him. He then gets on top of the defender. He is in a vertical line. That gives him a two-way go. This defender has no idea. Is he going in? Is he going out? So when Romeo Doubs leans in, that defender has to respect it. That is how you get faked out of your shoes. Not just by running the route the way it's written on a piece of paper. Having a plan, stair-stepping, getting on top of your defender, and then making your move. That is a picture-perfect route by Romeo Doubs on this play.
Yeah, no, I when he last year's rookie year, I know one of the big issues I had with him was some of his release at the line. He's a little smaller, was not always getting clean releases. The release here and then that route, like you said, textbook, exactly what you want to see. See him work inside. He obviously goes off screen there. And Love hits him outside, and then just refuses to go out, refuses to go down. Reed holding that block to the end, getting some nice yards after the catch there. Really, really nice done from Dobbs there. At this next one here, John, we'll do. I've got this one. This is a stick corner, 11 personnel, third and 4. We got kind of a stick route there, a little inside, and then a big corner over the top from Christian Watson. He's just going to hit Musgrave kind of on the outside stick here, setting protection there, looking around, making sure everything's set up, hit the backdrop, hit to Musgrave there for 6 and a first down. John, what do you got on this one?
We have entered the Jordan Love portion of the program. 3rd and 4, money downs. We talk about it, red zone and 3rd down. Walks up to the line of scrimmage, sees a clear advantage on the outside. Cornerback playing 10 yards off of Musgrave there at the bottom of the screen. He says, let me get a quick adjustment here. Let me change this route. You can see him. He changes the routes. He's going to put Musgrave on an Omaha route. That's a quick speed break at right 4 yards, and you're gaining to 5. You got to make your break at 3-4 yards, gain it to 5 throughout your break. He knows this thing's quick. He knows he has time based off of the formation of the defense that cornerback Deron Bland playing so far off, and he just puts the ball out there for an easy first down. This is clubbing baby seals, Dusty. When this is that easy to decipher and throw and execute, this is clubbing baby seals. This is how you take a money down and cash in on it, and you turn what could be a good game for you guys into 48 offensive points.
Yeah, and this is like I said, I mean, this is not getting greedy. This is seeing what's there. We just need the first down. Just keep the chains moving, set everything up, make sure you've got it. Take those easy 6, dude. Get that first down, keep the chains moving, and then keep rolling after there. So very well done. Just for the sake of completion, we'll look at it from this side here. Hit that back foot, ball's out. Nicely done from Musgrave. Get out of bounds. Don't take the hit. 6 yards, first down.
It was a little bit high, Dusty. It was a little bit inside. But Luke Musgrave as well. He's a young guy. He's a rookie. He missed a lot of time this year with that lacerated kidney. And he was running an Omaha route exactly the way it needs to be run. 2 steps, speed break. You're breaking as you're gaining yardage. I mean, perfection. When you're talking about young guys with these details that they have, that's what I'm seeing in this team. And this is not normal, Dusty. The details that these young guys have in each and every one of their plays and each and every one of their techniques, you're not used to seeing this.
I mean, we certainly saw that early in the year. I mean, that was the depth of routes, guys being where you thought they're supposed to be. I thought Love looked a little slow getting the ball out sometimes, in part because he wasn't sure if the guy was going to be where he was supposed to be. And I mean, that point there, he's exactly where he's supposed to be, exactly when he's supposed to be there. That's not something we were seeing earlier. So seeing that development in year 1 of a lot of these guys, especially for a guy like Musgrave, who has missed so much time, is very impressive, I think.
Mm-hmm.
All right, John, you said the Jordan Love portion. I mean, we can't have the Jordan Love portion without this play, right? 3rd and 7, 11 personnel. You got sussing out the blitz with your cadence here, setting protection. You're pulling Tucker Kraft in, and then you're just hitting Dontavian Wicks on a fadeaway jumper, absolute dime in the back of the end zone. John, what do you got on this one?
This was one of the first real death blows to the Cowboys in this game. And the interesting thing about this is we talk about money downs again, 3rd and 7. We talk about red zone. It's both those. It checks both those boxes. Something weird happened before this play. As the play clock was running down, Sean Clifford ran out to the huddle, had a conversation with Jordan Love for about 3 seconds, ran back out to the sideline. Something that Jordan Love saw that he needed to communicate with the sideline to let them know what he was going to do. He was easy in a situation. He knew what he was going to do, and he was going to be able to execute this play. They come out here, and you can see, where are the safeties? They're nowhere to be found in the middle of the field. Something's up. Let me get my antennas up. How are the corners playing? Oh, the corners are playing with off leverage. Some sort of blitz is coming. I got to hold my cadence. I can't speed through this thing. I need to find out where this blitz is coming from. Jordan Love takes the precept information of no safeties, corners playing off, holds his cadence. Okay, here they come. They're coming from the left side. I'm going to do a full slide to the left because now they have 6 rushers for 5 blockers. I'm also going to tell my tight end, hey, you got to stay in on this play. You can watch Tucker Kraft after he makes the check. He takes a step inside to get a new position so he can block the defensive end. I'm going to keep in 6 blockers for their 6 rushers because I got a big time play right here against man defense. The motion is going to create the advantage for Dontavian Wicks on the outside, and I'm going to hit him with the dime. The protection's not perfect. They got 6 to block 6. The Cowboys make a nice rush here, but Jordan Love holds it just long enough and makes a perfect throw. But it's pre-snap recognition, it's holding the cadence, it's checking it to the right call, and it's being able to make the throw. Jordan Love, unbelievable.
Absolutely. And I think so. Taylor, Chips, Parsons, and Rasheed Walker, I think they get him on a twist. I think 14 comes around on a twist there, and you get this kind of double post Dino look over here. Wicks with the really nice shake at the top of that route, too, to get him. You can see, I think 14 spinning around there. He gets the free rush, which is what gives Love. I feel like, John, and we'll see this from the back angle here. I was kind of curious about this. To me, it looks like he's got that little pump in him to get 14 up in the air to make sure that's not batted down, to see what the trajectory of this should be, where he kind of gets him up in the air. Is that the pump there? You think that the extra hesitation to make sure he knows where to put that ball?
Well, I actually think there was a little bit. Dontavian Wicks had a little bit of sticky feet at the top of his break. If you see there, he's not bing, 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 and to the post. There's a little bit of a stick in the turf there with him. I think Jordan Love was just wasn't quite on his perfect timing, so he had to, didn't really want to gun that thing through there. But to throw off your back foot like this with this type of trajectory is unbelievable. And that's aside from all the mental stuff that he did perfect before the snap. To be able to do this physically after the snap, that's combining the mental with the physical. That's a rare combination.
Yeah, very few guys that can do something like that. We'll just watch the throw because it's. I feel like we'd be remiss not to look at the actual full throw itself, which again, just an absolute dime back of the end zone. Dontavian Wicks there. He said all the stuff pre-snap paying off post-snap. There's not a whole lot better than that. We're gonna get to the last two, John. I think these were ones that I kind of was like, hey, I'm curious about this. I know post game, we'll set this up real quick. Post game, LaFleur had said they wanted to run leak to Musgrave, which can be the second play in the sequence on this down. They want to run it here. They didn't get the look they wanted, and so they ended up pushing it back to the second one. Instead, they canned this to what ended up being kind of a wide zone look to Aaron Jones, who picks up 27, so pretty good. You can see the can there with the hands of the head there. They can that. It's kind of a quarters look from the Cowboys. You get wide zone. Again, another nice cutback from Jones, working in open space. Aaron Jones being Aaron Jones. That third quarter of this game, man, I think the Packers ran 8 plays and gained 150 yards. They tried to slow the game down. The Cowboys defense just wouldn't let them. So, John, when you're looking at a play like this and you say, okay, it was supposed to go this way, it wasn't the look they wanted. Again, kind of looks like a quarter shell. Is that the main thing you think they're looking for single high on this? What informed the decision, I guess?
Yeah, the Cowboys did a great job here. They're going to run middle dog X, which means they're going to bring their strong safety into the box right before the line, right before the snap of the football. So they did a great job of holding their tail on this one. And Jordan Love sees the initial look. It looks like cover two. You can't you can't just run the leak right here. You can't run the tight end leak, which I like to call oh shit, because that's what defense does when they see it. They say, oh shit, he's running wide open. You can't run the oh shit to this type of defense because it's quarters. Somebody's going to be in that field zone. But the Cowboys hold this call long enough that Jordan Love cans it. He cans it to the run, which is middle dog X. Now, the best part about running into a blitz is if you can pick up the penetrator. Micah Parsons is the penetrator. He's stoned by Elton Jenkins. You can see the looper, who's the play side linebacker. A lot of people are like, why is the play side linebacker going backside? Why is he going backside? Probably should have been able to read this thing out, but he's the looper in this middle dog X. He's supposed to be going backside. And if you can pick up the penetrator, you are soft on the edges against the blitz. And that's exactly what happened to the Cowboys. Look at this guy. Look at 58. Look at 33. They're trying to keep their outside shoulder free because they know they're soft on the edge versus when they call middle dog blitz. When they have this, when they have middle dog X, Aaron Jones is going to have a huge lane if you pick up the penetrator, which is exactly what Elton Jenkins did. Lastly, Christian Watson getting into the box to dig out that safety who made his way down. That's how you take a 10-yard run and turn it into a 25-yard run.
Yeah, tremendously done. We'll look at it from the backside here as well. Really good explainer there, John, in terms of why the I think I'm going to steal the oh shit play there. I always try to leak, why leak, whatever. I like your way of calling it better, so I will just steal that. I think from here on out, tremendous blocks, like you said. Watson coming off. Watson, I mean, listen, dude, we've talked about this before. One touch in the game. I think he had one target, one catch for around 11 yards. A little hitch off a Hank concept. Blocking like crazy every time he's out there. Did great stuff with his speed. Watson, tremendous day, even if he did not show up all the day in the box score. John, we got one more. We got a leak. Yep. The big play. This was LaFleur after the game. And again, this was the very next play. So this was, they want to run with the previous play. They didn't. Now it looks like they got what they want, right? They got single high up there. We got this. We're going to call it. We're going to have Luke Musgrave leaking out. Got the boot, that little half boot, and then just leak out that way. I think I saw somewhere, John, they got the shoulder pad trackers, 17 and a half yards of separation for Musgrave on this play, which is the most of anyone in the league this season. There's no one on the screen with him. Talk about this one, John.
Yeah, now let me throw in a couple things that make this the perfect knockout punch for the Green Bay Packers here. Exact same formation, exact same motion, exact same shift, exact same people in the spots. If you wrote numbers, they're the same numbers from the previous play. They give the same type of action, which is, outside zone to that side. The Cowboys this time said, we were late with our rotation into the box to play before. Let's get down there. The Packers are going to run the football. And why is Luke Musgrave this open? Teams run oh shit all the time in the NFL. In fact, we've seen the Packers run it several times already this year, even week 1 against the Chicago Bears. You're not supposed to be able to run it to the left. You're not supposed to have your quarterback roll out to the left and throw back to the right this deep down the field. He doesn't get everything on it. Luke Musgrave has to wait for it. But when you're that wide open, you can wait for this thing. Just an incredible design, an incredible time to call the play. It takes conviction and it takes want to be able to call a play like that. It helps that they had the lead, but it also helps the fact that Matt LaFleur trusts Jordan Love with everything. And by the way, also go back just a little bit. I want to show this. This isn't an all or nothing type play. They have a little built-in screen down here. If somebody just happens to say, oh shit, early and cover Luke Musgrave, they have a built-in screen down here. I mean, they thought of everything. Matt LaFleur has thought of everything when he faced this defense. They had an answer, they had a plan, and they scored high. I'm giving them an A+ on this test because they made all the right calls.
They absolutely did. And I just while we're here, John, and we'll look at it here, I've seen some conversations. The internet is not real life, but I've seen some conversations that of this being an underthrow. Technically underthrown. My take on this, get your take on this as well. My take on this, if a guy is this wide open, always err on the side of underthrowing it and give your guy a chance as opposed to overthrowing it and potentially missing out on the play altogether. Where do you stand on this throw itself?
It scored a touchdown. He was wide open by 17 yards. And Dusty, he's rolling to his left, throwing back to his right with Micah Parsons bearing down on him. With Micah Parsons, I mean, there are very few quarterbacks in the NFL making this throw. Not many. Not many.
Right from the middle of the star too. I feel like there's something in there, some kind of joke in there that I am not witty enough to make. But John, we did it, man. Listen, a little longer than normal, but we did it. We got through 9 plays. Got any closing thoughts here, John? I know for me personally, as we've been talking about, as I talked about last week, whatever happens this next week, Packers made the playoffs. Whatever happens this next week, being able to spend one more week with this team has just been an absolute delight. I'm very excited to see what they do this weekend against the Niners. And this, to me, an all-time playoff game. I'm going to be revisiting this a bunch of times. This is a 2010 Atlanta Falcons in the playoffs game that I will be revisiting a ton. What do you have to close us out here, John?
I absolutely agree with all of that. And Dusty, I'll say this. If this offense can be this prepared, have this many answers, make the right decisions pre-snap, and execute post-snap like they did in this ball game, like they have been doing the last month of the season, this team can beat any team in the National Football League. And I promise you one thing, Dusty, 9 felt like a lot of plays. If the Packers score 48 points against this San Francisco 49er defense, we'll come back with 10 plays next week because there'll be plenty of stuff to talk about.
Listen, if they put this up against the Niners, we're doing every single play, man. I don't care. We're pulling the whole game. John, thank you as always, brother. We'll see you next week.
Awesome. Talk to you later.